Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing an example that involves reading data from a bar graph, also called a histogram. And let's go ahead and get right to it. We have two histograms below, and they were made representing the same data set, which was ages of students in a particular college class, but they used slightly different class intervals. So on the left, we've got that the students, right, they divided them into age from 0 to 17, then 18 to 22, 23 to 27, 28 to 32, and so on. And on the right, they did it a little differently. Instead of starting with the under 18 group, they started with just under 20, and that bar is really high as compared to the under 18 group, which was real low. And then 21 to 25, 26 to 30, so they still went by 4 years in each group, but they just started their intervals differently. And you can see that even though it's the exact same list of students and their ages, the graphs look very different. And we're going to use these graphs to answer the following questions. Okay, how many students are older than 25? Well, first thing we want to do is look at the class intervals here and see which graph is going to be better for this question. Well, 25 falls exactly in the middle of a class interval here, so this graph is not going to be real convenient. Let's take a look at the right. So we've got 0 to 20, 21 to 25, and then we want older than 25, and we've got conveniently stuff that starts 26 to 30, so we can just total up all of the students over here, and these 4 little bars are older than 25. And let's look at our units. So 2 units is up here. This one goes only halfway up, so it's 1. This one goes up to 2. These are both 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5 students are older than 25. How many students are age 18 to 20? Okay, first thing we want to do is look, is that a class interval on either of our graphs? And we see that it's not. This one has one that starts with 18, but it goes all the way up to 22. This one has one that starts with, that ends with 20, but it goes all the way down to 0. It's just under 20. Okay, so we have to use these two graphs together to figure this out. Well, the right-hand graph tells us that there are 10 students that are 20 or under. So let's rewrite that. 20 or under is 10 students. And the graph on the left tells us how many of those are under 18. There's 1 student under 18. So of those 10 students that are 20 at the oldest, only 1 of them is under 18. So the rest of them, those 9, must be 18, 19, or 20. All right. Let's go ahead and answer one more question down here. How many students are in the class? Well, we can get this from either graph by just totaling up the numbers of the bars. So we see there's 10 here, 8 here. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 is what we got from the right-hand graph. And we can double check from the left-hand graph that we get the same thing. So we've got 1. It looks like we go up to 15 here, and then 2, 1. It looks like we go up to 3 here and 1 here, so that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 and 3 is 22, 23. So either graph gives us the same answer. Okay, let's go ahead and answer a couple more questions here using this graph, these two graphs rather. All right, so question D that we're going to answer, what percentage are 70 or older? So either graph is going to give us that answer. So here we see the oldest class section or class interval we have students in is going up to 52. There are none older than 52. Here we see there are none older than 50. So none means 0%. And let's do one more with percentages. Part E, the percentage that are 21 to 30. Okay, so we want to see which one is more convenient for that age range, 21 to 30. On the left, 21 and 30 both fall in the middle of a class interval, and we can't assume that, since 30 is right in the middle here, well, we can't even split it up. It's only one student. So we can't assume where people are bunched in that age range. So this graph is just not going to work at all. Let's move to the right-hand graph. We see we've got here, it starts with 21, and here this one ends with 30. So all we have to do here is add these two numbers together, and we get that there are 9 students, the ones in these 2 bars here. And that's not even the question that we're supposed to answer, is it? There's 9 students, but we want the percentage. So let's go ahead and figure out that percentage here. Remember, there are 23 students in the class, so 9 out of 23 is going to give us, rounded to 4 decimal places, 0.3913, so that's 39.13% are 21 to 30. And that is it for today.